I want to tell you how to address mistakes, all right? You guys need to address mistakes. We're not going to have political solutions in this world until the people improve. When the people improve, then they cannot be stopped. And it's an ongoing process. And here is how you fix your mistakes. When you've made a mistake, first of all, you find yourself apologizing. Well, your apology is supposed to mean you're not going to make that mistake again. If you cannot promise that you are not going to make that mistake again, then stop and don't apologize. Hold your tongue and don't apologize. Apologies are privileges for people that are learning from their mistakes. Now, the way you learn is you figure out what the mistake actually was, and you don't always know what it is. I mean, if you eat the last piece of chocolate birthday cake that your partner wanted, and you knew they really wanted it, and they've had a hard day and a hard week at work, and you know they wanted to come home and eat it, you need to figure out what happened. Are you just a cake fiend and you can't be trusted around cake? Or were you pissed at them because of that fight you had last night? And that came to you first, and then you spitefully ate the cake. You need to figure out which it was. And then you need to look at which it was, and you need to see the pattern. You need to see the pattern. Imagine yourself in that same situation again and thinking what you would do differently. Now, is that so hard? Is that really so hard? Yeah, I'll tell you why it's hard. Because people don't want to talk about their mistakes enough to figure these things out. People just want to feel bad and move on, feel guilty and do penance and ask for forgiveness and absolution. But that's not how it works. You need to think really hard. And if your mistake involves somebody else, you need to try to include them. If you're lucky enough to still have their compassion enough to tell you what you did wrong, you need to listen. So you can find out what the actual pattern was, which thing you actually did wrong. You know, if you need to think about when you're alone with cakes and what you'll do different, that's different than figuring out when your feelings are hurt, what to do so that you don't become spiteful. Only you can know the difference. Okay, that's why my method is, I don't think, just my way of learning, because where your personality comes in is you are the one with the urges. You are the one with the patterns. You are the one that knows what your goals are. You know what you want to promise and what you don't want to promise. Maybe you want the world just to be more careful and not leave you alone with chocolate cake, or better yet, leave you alone with chocolate cake and you're going to eat it. In which case, you can't apologize for eating the chocolate cake. You need to think really hard about what the mistake was. You need to visualize really well what the situation and pattern is in which you made the mistake. And then you need to be really creative and think of a new way to interact with that experience.